What's up, people? This is the People's Podcast presented by the Wrestling Republic. It's your boy, Young Meech, a.k.a. Scooney Mac, a.k.a. Young Twiggy, and my co-host is...
the king living in the only dream, the one, the only, John Wiley. What's going on?
And this is episode 15. 15 total of the People's Podcast.
15 of them.
We didn't have 15 of them things. And then we got some breaking news to start off the new year. Not only the new year, but the new year in the world of wrestling. Stephanie McMahon, co-CEO, at least of last year, part of the year. She has stepped down. And guess who's back? Good old Vince McMahon is back. Good old
it was a good
Vince
thing while it
McMahon.
lasted. We tried. We tried.
He was elected unanimously as executive chairman of on the WWE board, and he is back. And then we got rumors of the company, the WWE, the company we love so much, being possibly sold to Saudi Arabia investment fund. And according to Twitter, it already happened, but I could tell y'all we can confirm that it is not a guaranteed thing just yet. But tell me your thoughts. Vince McMahon back. Stephanie McMahon steps down. And then we got the rumors of the company also being sold. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Hey, man. And I need you to reach in your pocket, man. You know, get them billions out. You know what I'm saying? Go buy the WWE for us, man. It ain't looking good out here, folks. Because I'll keep it a buck. If we let it sit the way it is, some TV network is going to go buy it. And that's how you get WCW. You're going to have a bunch of clowns out there who ain't never seen a wrestling match a day in their life, don't understand nothing about ring psychology, coming in here and messing everything up. I don't want that. Not at all. And then, worst case scenario, all right, let's say, for instance, we do get some clown or some jabroni to run in here and start running it. Bro, he's probably going to push all the wrong people. I say we should have kept it in the family. Let Steph handle it. I mean, what are you going to do with them billions, Vince? What? And then on top of that, all right, let's say we do give it to the Saudis. At least we know, without a shadow of a doubt, they love wrestling. They love it. They love it just like us. My only thing is I would be concerned about women's wrestling going forward. And that's why I say we shouldn't sell to them unless they can give us a bright future for them. And I understand a lot of people think the Middle East is one way, but bro, it's a big place out there. Very big place. You got to understand how it goes in every area. But the bottom line is this. It is not looking pretty out here. And especially with Steph stepping down and Vince is back in. It's like, God dang it, man. It's like we just did all that good work for nothing. Because, you know, even though we know that Vince probably had his hand in the background, reaching in, trying to let everybody know, yeah, this is going to happen. Under the Triple H regime, things have been looking bright. I've been getting people that don't like watching wrestling to get into wrestling under Triple H, man. So we just got to wait and see.
I got mixed feelings on all of this. I feel like Vince being back, I don't really feel it's that bad. I mean, I was comfortable with Triple H running the scene, but it's not a guarantee that Triple H won't be running the scene still, running creative. So that's why I'm not too worried about that. But what I am more so worried about is WWE possibly selling it to Saudi Arabia, or Vince selling the WWE to Saudi Arabia. I'm a little confused by that one. I'm like, why? What's the point? To me, if the company has been a part of the family forever, from your dad to Vince McMahon himself now, to even, you know, Stephanie help running it, Triple H running creative, I think you should just keep it in the family. You care more about this company than anybody else would because you put the time into it. You helped build it up. So I'm a little concerned, and like you brought it up, I'll be concerned about women's wrestling if it is sold to Saudi Arabia. But at the same time, I mean, if they're smart, whoever buys it, they will see that women's wrestling is a big thing right now. So you wouldn't mess that up. And plus, you'll be messing with your own pockets, your own money. So I don't think you should. So it's just a little confusing time. I think it's all of this stuff is unnecessary for me. I'm like, we're hyped up on the road to WrestleMania, and this is just kind of like a distraction right now. Vince is coming back. Stephanie leaving, being co-CEO. It's just like it's a little bit of a distraction that we don't need at this moment. We're supposed to be hyped up about the Royal Rumble. That's how I feel. So
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
but yeah, I'm just like, man, hopefully this is still about to be a great year in the world of wrestling. Also, in a great year specifically with the WWE. I have a hard time thinking it won't be, but it's just all these rumors and different things. You don't need it. If you're a fan, you just like, come on now, we don't need this. Let us focus on Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania right now. So,
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta ask you something then, man, before we drop this conversation. What would you do if you bought the WWE? How are you gonna run it, man? I'm curious.
if I ran the WWE, I mean, easily I will have Triple H have full creative control. I will be like, Triple H, you have full creative control. Besides, here and there, let me give you a couple little advice, a couple little pointers in here, a little creative control. But for the most, I mean, it's easy. Triple H knows exactly what he's doing. I trust what Triple H is doing. He has built NXT even during a time when I wasn't even a huge fan of wrestling anymore. I started watching NXT because of how Triple H ran it, and it brought me back into the wrestling world. I trust what Triple H can do. He has proven it when he had creative control last year, and I think he's going to prove it this year as well. So I will keep it in Triple H hands. And if I would sell it though, if this is the one caveat, if there was one person I would sell the company to, if I was Vince McMahon outside of my own family, he goes by the name of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the same guy who just bought the XFL. I would sell it to The Rock. That's who I would sell it to.
You know what? Yeah, I'd sell it to The Rock too, and I'll sell it to The Rock, and I let Jim Ross be in charge of talent. There you go.
Like, imagine that. The Rock buying it, then that means The Rock is going to have way more hands-on. He's going to be in it because he's going to have way more of a, obviously it will affect his pockets. So he'll be like, well, easy. I know how to bring people here. Let me just step down and get in front of the crowd and in front of the millions, and The Rock will be back. He'll be back a lot more often.
I can see it now. Somebody's gonna be ballsy enough to be like, you know what? I didn't beat everybody on the roster. How about you come down, Rock, and challenge him to a 1v1? I'd be like, God dang.
But what would you do if you was the owner of the WWE?
Simple, dog. It is time to push Carmelo Hayes, Montez Ford, Rhea Ripley. It is time to bring Braun Breaker up to the main roster. It is time to start giving people more shots. And it's time to let guys like Drew McIntyre go. I'm just kidding. But yes, but you know what I'm going to do. That was the case. And then after I let Triple H run everything we does.
One thing I would get rid of that you brought, you gave me a thought about this when you brought up all those wrestlers. It made me think. So this past week on Monday Night Raw, 3 particular matches. And I got a problem with this. I got to cut a promo on the WWE. I'm sorry. Whoever's in control, if Triple H is in control right now, if he wrote these matches or if the wrestlers came up with these matches, I'm sorry. I got to let them know this. In 2023, Monday Night Raw, 3 particular matches ended with a roll-up pin. I can't goddamn believe the roll-up pin has made its way into 2023 again in 3 particular matches. Can you believe that? 3 matches ended with the roll-up pin. I was just like so disappointed. Like, come on. You can't have 3 matches end with a roll-up pin. It's already hard enough one.
Thanks.
Godly. I would destroy the roll-up pin. I'll be like, whoever uses the roll-up pin and whoever writes up that somebody is going to win this match via roll-up pin is fired on the spot. If I was owning the WWE.
Damn. Not even suspension? Just get fired? Damn.
Fired on the spot. You ain't coming back. But I would make it known to them. I'd be like, hey, no more roll-up pins. If y'all do this goddamn, and it's not just you, I don't mind you using the roll-up pin. Matches shouldn't end with the roll-up pin. That would be my main thing. I tell them no match should end with the roller pin. It is 2023. Come on now.
Hey, the fact we let Brock Lesnar end the match with a roller pin was kind of crazy.
I can't even believe that. You don't understand. When I watched Monday Night Raw and I seen that, I was just so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe 3 matches ended like this. Another thing I would do though too, I would freaking put the faction together. Stop delaying Alexa Bliss, Howdy, and Bray freaking Wyatt. I seen Monday Night Raw again, and freaking Alexa Bliss is cutting a promo. Howdy comes out, and they just keep on adding to the suspense. Come on, man. Put the faction together now. Like, god dang, I want to see all 3 of them together. I want to see them wrestling matches. I want to see them taking over like the Bloodline has taken over the WWE. Like, come on, do something. Jeez. That's all I would do. That is my like that's not only that wasn't even a promo. That's just me getting things off my chest. I just had to say those things.
Shit. Side note, I'd totally hire Mandy Rose back. I'd definitely bring her back to WWE.
Oh, easy.
But we got to wait at least about 6 months before we can hire her again. Or 3 months, was it?
Easy. I'll bring her back with the quickness. And I love the idea that Jim Ross, you will bring him back to the WWE. That'll be pretty amazing. Not going to lie.
Well, yeah. Because Jim Ross was in charge of talent relations back in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a really good guy. I think Jim Ross was the one that hired Edge and helped pay off his student loans when he got into the WWE. So, like, Jim Ross to me, like, always here. I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about him, and on top of that, a lot of people endorse him. So, yeah.
Well, since we're already talking about student loans, go ahead. I'm in training, Jim Ross. Go ahead and pay off my student loans as well. Go ahead and do what you could do. Nah, he ain't even with the WWE right now. But all right, man. Let us start off with the first topic, though. The first topic, we got through the headlines. I got a question for you. In the year of 2023, do you think the Bloodline will turn on Sami Zayn?
I think what'll end up happening is the Bloodline will turn on Roman before that.
Ooh.
And I believe it's going to come from a point where Roman just happens to make a decision. He chooses Sami over like Jimmy or Jay. And that's where it all just fires off again. And Jay Usos is going to be the one to be like, man, bump this. You know what? I never liked Roman from the start with this, man. He beat us into submission and made us do things his way. I ain't about that. Hey, man, let's tag team up with some other guys, man. Or it's time to take out Roman. It's time. Or better yet, what did they get word from the elders and from the true tribal chief, aka The Rock? It's time to take Roman out. That's the way I think it's gonna go.
That would be insane. That Roman gets taken out by his own like clan, basically. Like, I can't. It's interesting but the thing is, if that would happen, then that would almost really end the Bloodline. Like, meaning that you can't bring the Bloodline back. I mean, you can, but it would just be like, it'll be a lot more difficult to bring them back because they turned on their leader pretty much. So it's like, if you ever wanted to bring back the Bloodline to take over the WWE again, you'll have to really be creative in how you do it and how you'll make Roman the leader. You gotta be
creative. Just bring up Jacob Fatu and bring up Umaga's son, the replacements.
Man, I feel like the Bloodline is real. Like, not only in creative and what we see on screen, but literally that entire family runs wrestling. Like, they got so much people in their family that's on the come up, let alone already legends and Hall of Famers. And then you got people that's currently in their prime right now. So it's like, dang, they just have completely taken over. So, but for me, what I would do, I think in 2023 we will see the Bloodline turn on Sami Zayn. I think so. I don't want to see it. I don't necessarily want them to turn on Sami Zayn, But at some point in time, I think you do got to kind of break them off eventually to bring them back. But you just got to do it creatively. What I mean is maybe the best thing that the WWE should do is when Roman does lose the belts, let Roman take time off. Matter of fact, let the entire bloodline take time off. Even the Usos, have them lose the belts at the same time when Roman loses it, when he loses his undisputed championship. Have Paul Heyman take a seat back and just be behind the scenes. And then Sami Zayn, you probably can, and let Sami Zayn continue to do, build on his momentum. And then when it's time, the right time, maybe like SummerSlam or something like that, bring the entire bloodline back. So they don't ever really have a real breakup. They just all lost. And then they just kind of faded away for a while and let them all come back. That's what I would do.
Shit, I'm just imagining it's like the scenario I laid out earlier. Roman needs help. He's getting ganked. And then he's like, help me, Hoos. He's like, yeah, remember when you chose him over me, your own blood? And walks away.
I think the bloodline has so much that they can do with the company and still be, I feel like they could do so much more still. So I'm like, I don't think you should just break them up.
Well, hey, man, you know how it goes in wrestling, man. We can't have a good thing last forever, man. Like the Hurt Business, break them up.
What if the Hurt Business came back this year?
Hey, man, I'm not against it. I've been looking at the signs. They got MVP talking to Bobby Lashley again. I'm just saying, I'm not against it.
Come on, like bring back the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business was dope. I think they should do it. I think they should do it for sure.
It's crazy though. In that time where the Hurt Business has been being brought back up, I like scarred Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley with the scar on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was getting some of my favorite matches from. So shoot, man, hey, it might be time to bring back the Hurt Business, dog, because they kind of got broken up for no reason back in COVID, man. No reason.
Exactly. But since we're already talking about the bloodline, we're talking about Bobby Lashley, we talked about Sami Zayn, talked about all these people that's having an interesting path on the road to WrestleMania, and then specifically on the road to the Royal Rumble. I got a question. Who do you think should win the Royal Rumble this year, not named Cody Rhodes and not named The Rock?
I don't want to see Kevin Owens win it. I don't want to see Drew McIntyre win it. I don't want to see Braun Strowman win it. It's really rough to a toss up between out of those people. I can see Edge. You know what I'm saying? That could be a choice. That Finn Balor definitely is a choice to me. Don't want to see Brock Lesnar win it because that just be
Not
redundant.
Again.
Then again, no, another good choice would be Walter. Another good choice to me would be Braun Breaker.
You think he's ready for that already?
If to me, yes, in the aspect of like we need a big body guy that we can believe can go head to head with Roman. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to use the same people that Roman has steamrolled before in that situation for it to happen. That's why I don't want Kevin Owens. I don't want Drew McIntyre. I don't want Braun Strowman to be those guys. And then if AJ Styles was still healthy, if we gave him a proper run up till this point, I would have said yes, but no. So that's why I picked those kind of guys for that chance, because I think Walter is still a good choice, man. Very good choice. Very good choice.
Dang, I forgot about AJ Styles. Dang, that lets you know, like that is one person they have not. Like his first couple of years with the WWE, they have done justice with him, but then afterwards, once he kind of lost the SmackDown champion, like WWE championship, went to Raw, that's when it just kind of like fell off.
I say it like this, man. Right as they're starting to book AJ Styles properly, right? Bringing his clique together and stuff like that. Hey, man, they fumbled and he got hurt. So now we got to figure out how they get it right around that. It's a cold deal, man. It's a cold deal.
Dang. But I do got someone I do believe should win the Royal Rumble. It would be perfect for storyline if of
Ooh,
course, like The Rock or Cody Rhodes don't win, I got two people that will
boo.
be one. I think is perfect for storyline. The other one is just like would just be absolutely insane. Especially if you're a Royal Rumble fan and you like surprise entrants, I think this one will be absolutely insane. So first off,
Please do not say Goldberg for the love of God.
Goldberg. No, not Goldberg. Not Goldberg again. Not Goldberg.
Okay.
I do want to see
Okay.
Goldberg somehow make his way back though. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm gonna start off with the one that will make the most sense.
Seth Rollins.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one, but I think I got one that will make a little bit more sense. Because everything is centered around the bloodline right now. What if Sami Zayn won the Royal Rumble? It would make it so interesting because it's like he's the honorary Oos and everybody's already focused on the bloodline. And then now he's supposed to be the one that's supposed to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It would just be like, it would be entertainment at its finest to me.
I don't know. That's to me. I don't know, man. Because to me, that's like throwing Ricochet at Brock Lesnar again, man. Let's not do that. It'd be entertaining though. I'll give you that. It'd be entertaining, but nah. He's not that guy, pal. He's not that guy.
Plus,
Who's the other guy?
plus Roman Reigns right now, like recently, he cut a promo on SmackDown. He was like, "Do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief?" He was talking to Sami Zayn, and then of course they made up and all that. He apologized, but like it would be interesting because to me, not only obviously Roman Reigns, we already understand everything about Roman, but Sami Zayn is also a part of the bloodline. So, and of course Jay, it took him time to like Jay for him to kind of like warm up to Sammy, but Jimmy's always been cool with Sammy. And then Soa Sokoa, he's like he seems like he's cool with Sammy. So it's like they would have to kind of choose who to defend. Now, of course, they would defend Roman, but at the same time, it's like Sammy, he's been a part of the bloodline and we kind of accepted him. He's a part of the family now. So it would just make it interesting to me to see.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the second one. Now, this second one is purely based on being a Royal Rumble fan, being completely surprised, living in the moment when it comes to surprise entrance, not expecting this. How
Don't say
about
John Cena or Undertaker, please.
CM Punk came back and won the Royal Rumble?
I'm not against it. And I'm so happy you didn't see John Cena or Undertaker. So you know what? Let it rock. I can see this happening. Because you know why? He'll talk up a good game just to get his ass beat at WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm about that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's make it happen.
I could see Cody Rhodes. I could see CM Punk. I could see both of them being undisputed champion and it being okay. And it being like, okay, it's cool. It's cool with them. Of course, Cody, but I could see CM Punk too being in a great position to be able to, hold those belts and still add to the allure of those championships to build off of what Roman has done over the last past, what has it been, 2 years now?
About to be, yeah, about to be at 2.5 years. I want Roman to hit 300, any 1,000 days, dog. I want him to hit 1,000.
Yeah. Roman. But to me, like if Cody doesn't win, The Rock doesn't win, just keep the belts on Roman. Just keep them. Just keep the belts on Roman. But I would love, you mentioned Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, this dude, basically, I seen someone write, like on social media at some point. It was like, how in the world has Seth Rollins dang near lost every match, every big match last year, but he's still super over? Like anytime he comes out, the fans are completely singing along to his song. It's like Seth Rollins is completely over, and it's crazy.
Oh yeah, because you want to know why? After that Fiend match, something happened to Seth, and he just said, "You know what? I'm just no matter what match I'm in, I'm giving you a 4-star, 5-star performance every single night." And you know what? Yeah, to me, he was kind of my performer of the year last year because you know what? I couldn't think of a single match where I was like, man, I really wasn't feeling this match with Seth Rollins. Nah, every single time Seth was the highlight. Seth, whether he was facing Bobby Lashley, Matt Riddle, or Roman Reigns, like bro, it's Seth Rollins had me entertained the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. Seth Rollins is on a different level. He actually is probably a wrestler that deserves it the most to win the Royal Rumble, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Hey man, I'm thinking of ways. Because what if we just have that match happen? He wins. Some hooded figure comes out the darkness and it tackles Roman and slides out. We find out who it is, and it's John Moxley from AEW. I'm just saying, man, it kind of writes itself, and we can finally get that triple threat match we always wanted.
You know, it would be interesting too. Like, that would be amazing to see. Like, it's just, I think he just signed a new contract. They said though with AEW, so I'm like, dang, that's a done
Yeah,
deal.
but the thing about him is he said he wanted to be more of a background guy anyway, so he'd be healthy enough to do it.
Hmm.
In another Triple H regime, Triple H is kind of open to the idea of working with other guys because he did let Shinsuke work in Japan earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, and then also, well, let's keep it a buck. He also let Cuz in AJ Styles group defend his belt in Japan as well.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying, dog. It's an opportunity and a chance not to pass up, man. I'm just saying.
That would
We could
be
even let Roman go over.
that would be amazing. I mean, honestly, I would like to see it, but
Yeah,
it would take a lot.
yeah.
Honestly, it would take a lot to even get to that point though, because it's like AEW would then have to let John Moxley lose, and then it's like, do you want one of your top
Hey,
guys to lose to?
nobody said he had to get pinned.
Mm,
That's the best way you protect him. You don't let him get pinned.
hey, if they was down with it, I wouldn't mind seeing it. That would be crazy. That would be amazing. I do got a question for you. What do you
Mm.
expect from Theory in this upcoming year? The United
Shoot,
States
keep
champion.
giving me good matches and good promos. Because you know what? After that Beyblade Reddit rip moment, I was like, this dude has been that guy. And I'm like, this is what I guess this is what Vince saw in him. This was it. So I expect him to be that guy we slot in as the dude who could possibly be the guy to take the belt off of whoever takes Roman.
Mm,
Like I say, like by the time we get the Survivor Series next year, right, or this year,
mm-hmm.
when the time when Roman finally loses them belts, right? Austin Theory is going to be the problem maker for that said wrestler, and he might end up getting that belt. Or watch him be a back-to-back Money in the Bank winner.
You know what I would do if I was WWE? That you brought since you brought up Money in the Bank, I will bring back
Yeah.
Money in the Bank, the match at WrestleMania, and I'll have Seth Rollins win, which will make the whole world be like, "Uh-oh, what's about to happen? Is Seth Rollins gonna cash in possibly the same night again?" And then, especially if you got Roman versus The Rock at that time, or even if you got Roman versus Cody Rhodes, it'll be like it will write itself because obviously Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins was in a rivalry before Cody got hurt, and then obviously the history with Roman and Seth Rollins that this already happened to Roman before. It'd be like it will write itself. I'll bring back the Money in the
Mm.
Bank pay per view at WrestleMania.
Cooking with Crisco over there. I see you. I see you. Yeah. I'm with that. I'm with that idea. But then here's the issue though. What do you do with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view slot? Because now we gotta make a new pay-per-view now.
Make a new pay per view. I'm tired of them making all these matches based around pay per views now. Like, I loved when Money in the Bank was at WrestleMania. It gave me something that to really tune in to, like one of the first
Shoot.
upcoming, like the first matches on the card, and then it gave a chance for a moment that we got with Seth Rollins cashing in on Brock and Roman. So
Yeah. I say, hey, give me back the Great American Bash, baby. Yeah.
Great American Bash, because they already got rid of the Hell in a Cell pay per view, so it's like just
Good.
kind of eliminate some of these, you know, pay per views that's
TLC.
based around matches. Yeah,
Get rid of it, dog. It should be a special stipulation we see like once or twice. We don't need to have a whole pay-per-view around it. That's kind of ridiculous. That's why I like the Extreme Rules so much this year, because every match was an Extreme Rules match. And on top of that, they even brought out a whole specially unique design cage just for Riddle and Rollins, which I want in WWE 2K23. Put that in the game, please.
exactly, exactly. So we talked about Theory, but I want to move on to a wrestler that is on Defend This Wrestler this week.
Oh, shit.
I want to talk about Drew McIntyre and what you expect from him in 2023, and tell me what you think of Drew McIntyre right now.
Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre. Boy, I get tired when I watch these matches. Sometimes I think this man should get fired. Because, man, I ain't never seen a wrestler disappoint me so badly at the end of 2022, bro. Never in my life. Because I thought seeing him and Cross go at it, I thought I was going to get some Batista versus Triple H, some hard hitting matches. And then I got some just lukewarm, trash, stale matches, man. It just wasn't it, dog. It was not it. And then when we finally got him in to go beef with Roman again, I was still disappointed. Got to get a little oozy. What? Like, bro, come on, dog. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then I see what they're doing. They let him talk a little bit. They give him more personality. They even give him a kip up. I get it. You gave him all these tools to make him more likable, but boy, I ain't never seen a bathroom break match like this before. I'm just saying, dog. They got to switch it up. Hey, turn him back heel. Turn him back heel. Do it. It'll make him more interesting, man. Tell me, D, how do you defend this man? Because so far he's been the most lackluster performer of 2022 to me.
I think you hit the nail on the coffin. Basically, you got to turn Drew McIntyre back heel. Him being babyface is not good for him right now. Like,
okay.
Get rid of the freaking sword too. I'm sorry, this is not freaking Lord of the Rings. This ain't freaking The Hobbit. This ain't kids. I mean, I guess it is kids watching this show, but god dang it, we don't need to see the sword. It ain't believable. You ain't about to stab nobody with that sword. We know you ain't about to use that sword. So like, please just get rid of the sword. Like, it just doesn't help. Turn Drew McIntyre back heel. Allow him to work by himself. Allow him to wreak havoc and have him stop losing these matches, man. Like, Drew McIntyre is actually a good wrestler, and he actually can cut promos. That's the reason why he became champion when he beat Brock Lesnar when the whole world was freaking ramped with COVID. Like, but as soon after that, that's when it started to go downhill to me. It was like, come on, like it just started to get stale. So Drew, turn him back heel, allow him to cut his great promos again, throw away the sword, and allow him to wreak havoc again. Like, when he first came back to the WWE and they teamed him up with Dolph Ziggler, he actually made Dolph Ziggler interesting to watch again. And I'm not saying that Dolph Ziggler is a bad wrestler. No, he's a good wrestler. But I mean, character-wise, and how much Dolph Ziggler was being dogged at that time, he actually made Dolph Ziggler win some matches. Because it was like he got Drew McIntyre with him. Drew McIntyre does not have that same effect right now. We need change.
Hey, man, keep the sword, dog. That's the one thing I do look forward to is when he puts the sword in the goddamn ground, man. I look forward to that.
God dang it.
I said, you know what they should have done? Give him some more pyro. Give him some pyro. Give him some flames. Do it.
Put the sword in the ground at WrestleMania. Only WrestleMania. Not every show. Every show is like, it's like, come on now. That's supposed to be a special entrance.
How about pay-per-views?
Yeah, maybe you asking a little too much now. I don't know.
Okay, how about the 4 major pay-per-views? Like, we're talking Crown Jewel, Blah, blah. Crown Jewel, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. How about that?
That can work. That can work. But at least you got to be in a good match. To me, you got to be in a good storyline. Like if you just putting a sword in the ground and you facing someone the first match of the night, the storyline is just like, we just threw that together for you to compete. Then it's like you putting the sword in the ground. I guess it's entertaining if we're live in person, but it don't mean much. Like it meant something when he put
Yeah.
the sword in the ground and you about to face Brock Lesnar. It's like okay, I get it. But and you about to face Roman. It's like I get it. But you're about to face freaking I don't know, like Jinder Mahal or something like that. I'm like, okay, you didn't need to put the sword into the ground. Yeah, you didn't need
Oh man, remember how they had him go up against Mojo Rawley last year?
yeah.
Was it Mojo Rawley? Or was it who was it? Big swole dude who got injured, man, at the worst time. God dang, I forgot his name.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
It was a throwaway match because I don't remember what happened, Doc. All I remember is he tried to swing at Cuz he got the rope. That was it.
Speaking of Jinder Mahal, they just brought him back to NXT, and he actually looks strong again, though. The modern day Maharaja. So shout out to Jinder Mahal. He looks strong on NXT.
You know what I'm surprised they don't do with Jinder Mahal? Start up like a WWE out there and just have Jinder Mahal be their champion. Do it. And then every time he does come back out here, he's like, hey, Jinder Mahal's been grinding. Y'all got to deal with this dude. He's a beast.
He
And
actually
have him
looks like a
do a
beast.
roll up pin.
He looks like a beast. No roll up pins, please. No more. But I got another question for you. And we're going to go back. We're going to spin it back around to the bloodline. Who will be ranked higher when it's all said and done, when their careers is done? John Cena, Big Match John, the same person Michael Cole be freaking calling the GOAT every time he sees him come out?
Please.
Or the Tribal Chief? Who will have the better career? Who will be ranked higher in the world of wrestling, John Cena or Roman Reigns?
I'm gonna say Roman. I'm gonna say John Cena to the casual fans because that's 20 years of work right there, my guy. 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 20 years, man. Personally, as I look back at John Cena, I wish they turned him heel because I would have got better matches.
Mm-hmm.
I would have got better matches because I was watching One Night Stand with Rob Van Dam versus John Cena. He worked heel that match, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I say they should have turned John heel a while ago, man. It would have been perfect. But since they didn't, he stayed big match John. Superman just gonna win. Hey man, good old luck. I think Roman at the end of the day will be probably viewed more as the better wrestler, but John Cena will be loved more, and he will probably have a lot more staying power.
If anything, I completely dang near agree with you. I would say if at some point they turn John Cena heel before he ends his career and he actually has a nice heel run, John Cena will rank higher than Roman easily. Easily. But because John Cena has never turned heel, and then now Roman has been both I can't really say he's been a real baby face. He's been yeah, he was, but it was like forced. He was a forced baby face. This, if anything, right now he's almost dang near about to turn baby face because the fans are cheering him.
Ever since the Bloodline thing, even though the Bloodline is a heel faction,
Yeah,
people cheer Roman no matter what.
exactly. Because that's the natural way to do it. You got to be so good as a heel that we just start cheering you, and then you turn them babyface.
Like Triple H or Kurt Angle or Chris Benoit, man. Like people love those guys.
Even Stone Cold. Stone Cold became the biggest babyface of all time, and it started with him being heel when he was going against Bret Hart.
Even better. Remember when The Rock was Hollywood?
Yep.
People love Hollywood Rock. They were mad when he cut them off, but hey, people love him.
It's the way to go. You can't force it. You can't force a baby face. You gotta let them be heel first, and then.
Hey, grand example of a heel wrestler everybody loved, Eddie Guerrero. Everybody loved him.
Exactly. It's the way to go. But I would say, man, at this point in time, if John Cena never turns heel, personally, it's kind of hard to say this because John Cena freaking was the top guy for so long and he helped the company continue on.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I would, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna rank John Cena higher still. I can't disrespect John, but I just, based on what I would like watching, I like what
Mm-hmm.
Roman is doing more than what John Cena has done the last 10 years.
Yeah, because
That's what I say.
objectively speaking, like I feel like John will rank higher, but to me personally, I feel like John has done a lot of damage compared to Roman. Because let's think of it like this: remember the Nexus? How we buried at least about 7 guys, like, minus Daniel Bryan,
Mm,
with John Cena.
mm,
Remember how we had Rey Mysterio win the world, win the WWE title and lose it an hour later to John Cena. Remember how, oh, what's it called, man? How he was the only champion we had for years. Like, come on, dog. Come on.
yeah.
We fed Jack Swagger to John Cena, dog. He is like this. He, as much good as he's done to me, he's done a lot of damage in devaluing some of those wrestling belts, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I mean, I was a huge fan of John from the Dr. Thugonomics days to the first few years of him just being champion for a while with the Spinner Championship, WWE Championship, all of that. It just, then he became Superman John. And then it was just like, okay, this
No matter
is,
what he did, just didn't lose.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, I like what Roman is doing more than the last 10 years of what John Cena has done. But of course, I can't freaking just overlook everything John Cena has done. Like, he probably would still rank higher. But if
Yeah.
Roman somehow becomes just like this freaking enormous baby face, then we may have to revisit this.
Hey, never forget, Brock Lesnar comes back with a monster's heel run, loses to John Cena of all people, the dude he used to just squash on repeat.
Man.
Remember, he came back from the USC. Now let's just feed him to John. Hey, man, to me, John Cena's done a lot of unforgivable things. I understand we're talking about the character, not the man, but I'm just saying there's a lot of unforgivable things going on with that character, dog.
Man. I want to see what John Cena's going to do this year, too. I just kind of, yeah. I want to see if he's
Hey,
going to be in
John
the Royal
Cena,
Rumble.
Austin Theory versus John Cena versus Logan Paul. That's what I want to watch at WrestleMania. Triple threat match. Make it happen.
That would be insane. That would be dope to see, though. Last topic. Better career, Kurt Angle or Edge? Who has had the better career? Both Hall of Famers, both legends, but who's better?
That is a rough one because they were both popping off at the same time. It's like this. Here's the thing that kind of like makes me want to say Edge over Kurt Angle, because Edge's window never really closed. He was always that guy, and he just kept going, escalating up and up and up and up, and then he get injured, and then he go right back up. While Kurt, when you have to go through a mission to go find all those TNA matches to understand the wrestling machine, Kurt, or AK Perk Angle. And yeah, there were some downtimes in Kurt Angle's career, but there were a lot of ups too, man. It started out shaky, you know what I'm saying? When he was like undefeated back in the early '90s, back with the what's it called, the Monday Night Wars, but he became a much better performer once they got him working with The Rock and just started carrying matches. But the thing about Edge is that generationally speaking, he's been giving me good matches year after year after year. And then when he came back after injury, like, bro, he's been one of the highlights of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So to me personally, because I like the matches he's in a lot more, Edge is, to me, has the better career.
And I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to say Kurt Angle's the better wrestler, obviously. The Olympic gold medalist, like one with a broken freaking neck. And then he's just a better wrestler, like technical speaking.
Oh, yeah.
But better career. Just the length of their career. I feel like Edge has defined. Edge is one. He's had the biggest comeback story. Like, what the heck? This man was not supposed to come back, and let alone come back and give us 5-star matches with Seth freaking Rollins. Like, in
Defying the
our time,
odds.
like defying the odds. A whole nother generation of kids. He's entertaining.
Yeah.
And he entertained us when we was kids. And then he entertained my brothers when they was kids, when it was Edge and Christian. So I'm like, Edge has had the better career. I would rather have Edge's career. Kurt Angle could have had the better career, but then he went through all those kind of like the drug
Injuries.
issues, all those the injuries
the
which
divorce.
started
God dang. Hey man, if anything, Kurt Angle needs a medal for perseverance because that man's hung on for dear life. God dang.
the injuries
Did I ever
which
tell you
led
about
to the drugs. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about what happened in TNA between him and Jeff Jarrett?
No.
Let me tell you, dog. So Perk Angle, was going through it, man. He was taking them pills, perking up, coming back tore up, man. He had an addiction, and then he got divorced from his wife, right? Guess who takes his wife?
That's how Jeff Jarrett became.
Jeff Jarrett.
Dang.
And then to make things a little worse, like a year later, they have Dixie Carter. Like, I don't know how she approved this match, but they had Kurt Angle going up against Jeff Jarrett and his manager, his new wife, Kurt Angle's ex-wife. Yeah. I don't know how they greenlit any of this. But like I said, man, Kurt was going through some times in TNA, man. I wish things went better for him, but hey, that's just how it goes.
Kurt,
like I said, he persevered, man. Persevered.
This man deserves a gold medal just as being an American citizen, just as being a human being and overcoming everything that he has overcome. And still being a Hall of Fame wrestler, giving us amazing moments. It's just when you kind of putting his career against Edge, it's a little bit difficult to put him over Edge, but still one of the greatest of all time, still a legend. It's just he could have had more moments. Like those great matches he was putting on in TNA, if he was putting those on still with the WWE, he probably would have been champion for many more years. And,
but
yeah.
That's the beauty of it because with Kurt going to TNA like that, he helped build up the career of AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. That was the main reason why I ever heard of Samoa Joe, is because his TNA matches with Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly,
yeah.
And then I don't like that he had to end his career with Baron Corbin. I'm sorry, like Vince, that is the most disrespectful thing ever. Bring back Kurt for one more match, at least. It can't be against Baron Corbin. It can't. His career, an illustrious career, to end like that, it just didn't make sense.
Hey man, we need another all-time carry job like Kevin Owens did with Stone Cold. Just carry the whole match. You got it.
And do it with,
I don't know if Kurt can do it though, because he ain't got real knees no more, man. He ain't got no.
I think he just got surgery. Kurt said he think he can. He think he can do one more. He's just, it would have to be worth it.
Yeah.
They have to pay him a lot of money.
Perk up, man. So I say, hey, let it be John Cena. Safe. We know he's gonna come out A-OK.
John Cena or AJ Styles.
Or if you're brave, let it be Matt Riddle. Okay, maybe I just pump the brakes. Yeah, maybe AJ Styles would be a better choice.
AJ Styles, John Cena, or if you really want to take your chance, end it with Brock Lesnar and get destroyed, but it would be entertaining still, because Brock is entertaining no matter what. Like, so.
Ooh, I like that.
Like
I was
this
like
year.
thinking, yeah. I was like thinking, like, a match I would have liked. Because, like, technically, this is early SmackDown's main guys: Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and Shelton Benjamin triple threat match.
God dang it, Shelton. The gold standard. Where is he at? God dang it, Shelton.
God, come on, man. We can't bury guys like that.
Where is Shelton at, man? God dang it.
Oh man.
Every time I see Shelton, he only gets thrown out there when like there's like a fight that's taking place that ain't supposed to take place, and then they throw out the wrestlers and security, and Shelton gets thrown out there to break up the wrestlers. I'd be like, dang, why he the only one that's always out there during that time? I'm like, this ain't good.
God.
Hurt Business need to come back to bring back Shelton Benjamin and make him
This is why we
more
call
relevant.
that booking, because I would have had a fire rivalry between him and Ricochet. Anything you can do, I can do better, old man. Rick, and just have Shelton be like, "Oh, is that right? Get the regulating." I would have had that thing. You gotta hire me, WWE man. Let me start booking matches, man. I'll have you looking right,
man. And all the people that's watching, listening to this podcast, man, let us know who you think who had the better career, Kurt Angle or Edge. Who do you think had the better career? But got any final words for the people before we leave? What is this? I said episode 15. Yes.
Hey, people out there, give me some hope, man, because I'm about to go in and graduate my welding test, man. I just gotta get in there and go do the cert. So give me some energy because I'm gonna need it next week. I already know I got it, but it always helps to have a little extra. And then hey, if there's anything you want to go do out there, go do it. Don't think about it, just do it.
Yes, sir. And for me, I'm gonna say I'm about to get back into training this month. Back in the ring. I will be vlogging. I will be taking y'all along the journey. All the people of the People Podcast, you will be seeing it live in effect. But that being said, yeah, chase your dreams, stay motivated, and most importantly, stay consistent. That is the biggest thing. Make sure you stay consistent this year. If you stay consistent, you will eventually reach whatever you're going after. This is the People's Podcast presented by the Wrestling Republic. Make sure you follow them on all social media platforms and their website. And make sure you follow DJ's One Heart as well. Make sure you follow us and our social media platforms and all that type of things. And we see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.